All right, guys, what's going on? Justin from 79th Productions, and today we're gonna get some work done on the hatch, and let's get to it. What side do you, how do you want to do it?
Right, you do it like this. Maybe you put your head against it, so back low, bend down a little bit. So we're gonna match the hole first.
Watch the roof, baby. Watch the roof.
Yeah, I got it. Push inside the hinge.
Is it spinning in?
Okay, let me just tie one first. Looks good. Line up, we're good.
Perfect. Perfect. Close it. Alright, guys, so I'm gonna put this rear bumper on, and I just slide it under here. I gotta adjust the door. It's just a little bit too high, and since I'm here by myself, I got it supported on the jack, and I'm just gonna go ahead and loosen the hinges. This is how I'm adjusting it. Now, remember, I'm doing this all by myself, so it's not easy. You gotta do it a couple of times. But, so, we got these hinges dropped, and I'm just gonna lower this jack just a hair. I just seen the door go down a little bit, so tighten the jack back up, and now I'm just gonna tighten these up, and I gotta open and close it until I get it right. This is like the third or fourth time doing this, so we got it in the right place as far as where the door needs to be, but we just gotta get the angle of the door right. So now I'm gonna lower it. And that's better. The door can close now, but I still need to bring it down just a hair more. Before it wouldn't even close. So actually we gotta bring it up a hair. But before, yeah, it wouldn't even close. All right, guys, so we got the bumpers, the fenders, the doors, the rear hatch put on this thing. I'm super excited about this. I need to tweak the fitment of everything a little bit better, but for right now, I'm happy about where it is. Now, I don't have the hood on because this hood has too much body filler in it. I don't want to close it and crack the body filler. You know, every time you slam the hood down, I'm gonna risk cracking that. And then this hood, it has so many little dings and dents, and it looks like it has hail damage on it. So we gotta find a hood for that. So, but right now, guys, I'm gonna stop putting the body panels on. I got some coilovers in the mail yesterday from Max Pete and Rods, and I'm super excited about this. I'm gonna go ahead and put those on. I need to put the CV axles. Guys, once I got this car started, I kind of left it where it was. Once the engine started, I started working on the body work because I was trying to beat the code so I can get it painted. So I kind of didn't finish putting everything together. So right now we're gonna be putting on the I need to put in the CV axles, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put those coilovers on while I got the suspension taken apart, and we're gonna go ahead and put the wheels on too. So super excited about that. The coilovers and the wheels would definitely change the look of the car, so let's get to it. All right, guys, so we got the car up, and we're gonna go ahead and put in this CV axle. And one of the things I noticed, like, I need to get some new tie rods. I need to get a lower ball joint, upper control arm. Guys, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and put the CV axle in now with the coilovers, and I'm gonna go ahead and order just a whole new suspension kit, the steering, all the bushings and stuff, and we'll put that on in another video. But right now, let's just go ahead and get these the CV axle and the coilovers on. Got that free, and now we could go ahead and take this tie rod off, and now we're gonna go ahead and get that upper control arm bolt off. Now pull this off, and then we got that off. Now we could go ahead and move this spindle around. All right, guys, so now that we got that loose, we're gonna go ahead and slide this CV axle in under here, and once you get all of this loose, it's pretty easy. Let me just reposition myself. So we're gonna go ahead and slide that up, trying to stay out the camera angle, which is making this a little bit harder to do. Go ahead, slide that in. There we go. Clicked in. And now we'll just go ahead and move that camera. And we'll go ahead and slide the axle in here. There we go. And we're good. All right, guys, so we got the axle in, and we're just gonna put that CV axle nut on, and we'll come back and hook everything up and tighten it all up. And then we're gonna come back and loosen this bolt right here and the top 2 bolts to take the coilovers out. All right, guys, so we got the CV axle in, and what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go ahead and take off these old coilovers, and we're gonna go ahead and put the new ones in. So we already took that 17 millimeter bolt out. Now we're just gonna go ahead and loosen up the 14 millimeter one so we can drop this fork down. And we're gonna go ahead and take this all the way out so we can just drop the fork down. There we go. And I still have this 17 millimeter in here. We're just gonna go ahead and pull that bolt out so we can go ahead and drop the suspension. You can see it's already coming down right there. So it's kind of hard doing it for one hand, but we'll just leave that sitting there, and we'll take the coilover out. We'll take the top 2 bolts out, and we'll be able to put the new ones in. So here we are now. We're just gonna loosen these top 2 bolts, and I've never, you see the paint cracking on. I kind of already had them loosen up when I painted the bay. That way they don't crack up. But we're just gonna go ahead and take these 2 bolts off, and we can pull the suspension out. So we got these 2 bolts loose, and we can just go ahead and drop it through the bottom now. All right, guys, so now that those top bolts are loose, we're just gonna go ahead and kind of maneuver this and get it out through the bottom, and we are good to go. All right, guys, so here we go. We got the Max Pete and Rod coilovers, and guys, these are great coilovers. If you look at the old coilovers, anytime you get these guys, there's a lot of travel in the suspension, and that's always loose. So you hit a bump, you hear a lot of rattling and stuff. So these are solid, and it takes away from a lot of that. When you get these new coilovers, it takes away from a lot of the like noises and stuff you hear in the suspension. So Max Pete and Rod coilovers, these are the T6s, and guys, I picked these up in yellow, and here's why I picked them up in yellow. Originally, we were planning on going with this same color, this green, British Racing green, and at the last minute, we decided to go with white. So the color combination was gonna be green and yellow. So I had these coilovers sitting for a while, but I mean, it is what it is. We got them, and we're gonna just go ahead and throw these things on now, and you know, get one step closer towards getting this car ready. Guys, just a quick note before we install these. Now, I took this off, and basically this screws on, and this line right here is marked at 30 millimeters. The instructions say to give it at least 30 millimeters of thread. So when you got this on, you want to keep this at least this high at the 30 millimeter mark. Do not put it on and leave all of this thread because you want to raise your car a little bit. The coilover will not be structurally sound if you do that. So make sure you get it on. Make sure you get the coilover all the way on, at least up into that line, which is 30 millimeters. That way you're riding safe. A lot of guys complain about, you know, these coilovers not being good coilovers, and that's just, it's not the case. Guys, these things are great coilovers if you install them right. If you install them wrong, they're not gonna do what they're designed to do. So another thing is, the coilovers come with the factory preload. They're already preloaded, so don't go moving this and mess with the preload, because that's gonna mess the coilover up. When you adjust it from here. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and put these coilovers up and set them up. Now, it's a lot easier to do without that fork on, but it's fine. We'll get it done. There we go. All right, guys, so we're just gonna go ahead and put these top bolts on, these top nuts, and we'll go ahead and, now that we got these on, we'll go ahead and set up the bottom. All right, we're gonna push this down now and bring this coilover, bring the fork back over the arm and CV axle, and now we could go ahead and put all the bolts back in now that we got that set up, and just put this back together. All right, guys, so we got everything tightened up down there, and we're just gonna come up top and we're gonna tighten these two bolts, get them nice and snug, and we'll be done with this. All right, guys, so I got the front situated, and now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the back. All right, guys, so I already took the bolts out the back one, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it out, get it down. Here we go. And that's it. And we'll go ahead and put the new ones in. Go ahead and put this new one in. And we're just gonna go ahead and tighten all these bolts, these nuts down, and we're done, and we could go ahead and put the wheels on. All right, guys, so we got the bottom on, and just want to show you these washers come with the kit. and they are gonna go in between the bolts. So you need to slide that in, that way the coilover will not move around and there's no play when it connects to the that control arm. Go ahead and put the bolt on, and we're done. And I'm just gonna go through and tighten everything up. All right, guys, so we got the new Max Peden rod coilovers on. I'm super excited about this. We got the front and the rears on, and we're gonna go ahead and put the new wheels and tires on. All right, guys, here we go. We got some budget wheels, and these are 16 by 6.5, and the offset is 38. It's 38 or 40. I'm not really sure. I got these a while ago, and the tire size, they're 205 45 16s, and this is a nice setup for this car, and it should fit pretty well. And we're gonna go ahead and put these on now. Missing a lug nut on here. I'm gonna have to go ahead and swap that out. I want to say to change these lug nuts, you gotta press them off with the wheel bearing. Not 100% sure. I've done it in the past, and I want to say that's what I've done. It's been a while, but we're gonna go ahead and just set these on, and I'm gonna come back, and I gotta go through the suspension again anyway, so we'll go ahead and get all of that done once we order the new parts. All right, guys, so we got the suspension put on. I am super excited about this. The car is coming together, and I cannot complain. This is a budget project, and it's coming together. It's coming together pretty well. So super excited about this. I do need to go ahead and I need to lower these front coilovers a little more, but I'm out of time for today, and we're gonna get there. Now, I have to order suspension parts, so I'm gonna get a camber kit, stuff like that. My brother's been ordering a lot of stuff. This is his car, so you know, once all of that stuff comes in, we'll start getting everything back together. I'll lower the front a little more. Big shout out to Max Peden Rods for sending those coilovers over. Guys, I'm super excited about this. This is a budget project, and you know, we're using budget parts. A lot of people say you need to have $5,000-$10,000 into a car, and this is gonna be nowhere near that. This is gonna be a budget build. Who knows, maybe in the future we might build an engine and turbo it and do some other stuff to it, but for right now, budget build. I'm super excited about this. By the time it's all said and done, there'll probably be about $2,500 into a nicely painted hatch, and it's gonna look good. So yeah, we're using budget parts, and guys, this build has been taking some time, but we are getting there. You guys who are not subscribed, subscribe, because I'm going to be uploading some more videos on this, trying to get you some more content frequently, and we're getting there. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. If you would like to support the channel, you can pick up some merchandise. Link will be in the description. Also, guys, if you're going to purchase anything from Max Peden Rods, they do have a sale going on right now, and I'm not 100% sure, but Normally you could get a discount using coupon code 79th, and I don't know if you can use it with the sale, but go to their website, check everything out. They got a Black Friday sale. They have great prices, so you know, go check that stuff out. And big shout out to them once again for sending out these coilovers. And guys, we're gonna wrap the video up here. Hopefully you enjoyed this. This car has been kind of slowly taking shape, but it's getting there, and we're gonna upload on it a little more. And that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at 79th Productions. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. God bless you guys.